I heard Joe Biden say one time, show me your budget and I'll show you your values. Again, show me your budget and I'll show you your values. I'm going to expand on that. Show me what you are willing to spend on. Show me what you are willing to tax for. And I'll tell you how much you care about families. I'll tell you how much you care about family values and how much you care about humanity. Well, we are in that position right now. And, it's something that we alluded to a few months ago, a few weeks ago. It turns out that at the end of this month, the subsidies that were given, it was written under the COVID plan. COVID was used, the COVID pandemic was ultimately used to do a lot of experiments that we couldn't otherwise get Congress to pass because, again, they never are proactive. Specifically, the right side of the aisle is never proactive enough to say, let's do what's best for our citizens. Let's do what's best for our families. So they are never prepared to do it. But COVID came along. And yes, we spent trillions. And we could see in spending those trillions, programs that worked and programs that didn't. What we found out is investing in children could ameliorate poverty, could get rid of poverty. It could bring poverty all the way down. Now that we didn't reinstitute many of the policies that prevented child poverty over the last year, when they expired, child poverty went all the way back up. Now, we have something else that's expiring. The subsidies at the end of this month that go towards programs that help kids, that childcare while the parents are at work, that sort of a thing. 70,000 care programs are going to shut down, affecting over 3 million kids. But that's not all. Because in affecting the kids, you will affect the parents. I want you to listen to this, and then we'll take it on the other side.
Is that it's at the end of the month of the pandemic era funding for childcare. What was that, and what will happen when it expires?
Look, this was part of the American Rescue Plan, Katie, and we covered it at the time, a way to help the pretty floundering childcare system in the U.S. at least have some foundation for support financially. Those benefits are now set to expire. And look, it comes at a time when moms are finally rebounding to their pre-pandemic workforce rates. That's a good thing. But you and I both know when moms don't have childcare, generally that means that they have to scale back or pull out of the workforce in order to sacrifice that paid labor for the unpaid labor of being at home. This is an age-old issue, and it's a reminder that even though this isn't directly at play in this larger spending battle, when you're constantly fighting crises here on Capitol Hill, it makes actual proactive legislating really hard or basically impossible. And so on this one, the fact that they are looking elsewhere means that they can't push forward on continuing to expand this, and this could have really dire consequences for a childcare industry that is so essential and also so starved for resources already.
Listen, if you can't put your kids in childcare, you can't do anything else. It's not like you can go to work with your toddler or your newborn. It doesn't work that way in this country. So it is extremely important.
So what does that mean? It means now, remember how our unemployment went way down. You know why? People could go to work. Why could people go to work? Because they had childcare. Childcare that otherwise, given the meager salaries that they receive, wouldn't be enough. But because of government subsidies, good government, what it meant is that people that would otherwise have to stay home could now go to work. And in going to work, we got new taxpayers. And not only do we get new taxpayers because they have an income, that money flows right back into the economy. So it's more than just getting taxpayer. It's increasing economic activity that is warranted by that. Remember, the powers that be thought we would be in a recession by now because they believe in supply side economics. And if we did all of this, somehow we would be back in a recession. But to the chagrin of all these supposedly preeminent economists, right-wing economists, supply-side economists, the recession never came. The recession never came because we gave money to the people who needed it, would spend it, and would work. That's why the recession never came. It wasn't magical. It was because we got away from supply-side economics for the duration of the COVID pandemic and went into Keynesian economics with a touch of what again? MMT. That is what did it. We knew it would work. It's not like many of our left-wing economists didn't explain the reason why this stuff works. Now, people are going to say, yes, but look at what happened to inflation. Well, the inflation was caused again by a capitalist corporate evil that these guys saw that people have money in their pockets, so they will throw the prices to meet the money. But we could have regulated that as well. So now at the end of this month, what happens? At the end of this month, in a few days, we're September 2023. A lot of families will be looking for places to put their kids that they can afford, and most of these people won't be able to afford it. Most of these people, the gains that they thought they've made with the new jobs that they've had will no longer be there. And we will be regressing right back into the evil form of tax cuts, hurt the middle class, hurt the poor. That folks cannot see that the mainstream media hasn't made the narrative in the form that I'm saying right now, that I'm putting out right there. We prove COVID gave us the ability to spend and prove that Keynesian economics along with MMT works. We proved it. Poverty went down, no recession, economic activity, and the only thing that we needed to then mitigate was the greed, the evil, the simply mitigated gall of those who run our corporations. The answers are there in the numbers. The answers are there in the numbers if we choose to look at it. Family values my you know what. Come on, folks. Come on, politicians. Speak the truth. Come on, media. Speak the truth. Let's do what we know is right to the families of America.
We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead. Number one, subscribe to our channel. And number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.